Well, guys, it's been a long, challenging road, but we're finally approaching the end. The grand conclusion. We make our way up this staircase, which has been not endless for quite a while now. We're gonna jump in to the last stage of the game. Now, we have 119 stars. There's 120 in this game. So we do need to get one more, which we'll find here. And I almost died. Great start. Alrighty. But yes, it's been fun playing this again and doing 120 stars. I have not done that in a while, and this is a great way to begin. But accidents happen and we will find our way around. I also have not done the red coins on this stage in quite some time. So it might take me a minute to figure out where they are, because we have to do that before we fight Bowser, because, like I said, we are 1 star short of perfection. And I can't believe I can't just jump back like that. Maybe you can, I'm just not good. Alright, so let's go up this surface that's totally slanted, but we can still walk up anyways because fuck the rules of gravity. Alrighty. And anybody who's seen, you know, earlier parts of this playthrough has already seen this section of the game because I went here earlier. I just so happened to fuck up the stage really badly. Alrighty. So that's coin. When I first beat this game, that red coin took me forever to find. Oh, while I'm here, I'm going to show off a cool trick. I don't know if I showed this off earlier or not, but you can backflip into that floor. I'm not sure why that works entirely, or if it's similar to how it is in Hazy Maze Cave, where there's only collision on one side, but whatever. Alrighty, so let's continue. Let's go ahead and use this to get up here. Now, I'm gonna show off the up kick trick again one last time, because I don't think there's any other places I can use it from this point on. And, yeah. By the way, when I was a kid, I also used to look at like this section of the game. I always thought it was like, it reminded me like of those gigantic board pieces in Lego kits. That's exactly what it looked like to me. It's kind of what it looks like to me still as a 22-year-old adult, to be honest. Okay. Now, in terms of difficulty as a stage, I don't particularly find this one to be any more or less difficult than the previous Bowser stages. The red coins are a hell of a lot less stressful to get than they are in Bowser in the Dark World, but that's just a matter of personal opinion. There's a lot of red coins in Bowser in the Dark World that are just sketchy. This level and This level and Fire Sea Bowser have the most well-hidden ones, to be honest. Like the one at the very beginning. Like I said, it took me forever to find it. The first time I played the game, oh my god, that was almost over. How many Okay, I do only have one left to go. I wasn't paying attention to my numbers, and I know where the last one is. So this wasn't too bad. Minor flops in the beginning, but well, what are you gonna do? Can't have everything perfect now, can we? And there we are, folks. The 120th star of Super Mario 64. Now all we have left is one last boss battle. Bass battle, what the hell? I don't know how I almost mispronounced that. One more boss fight, and this is one of the trickiest ones. As a matter of fact, it's the only tricky one. Most of the bosses in this game are really easy. But the difficult part about this Bowser is he's a lot tougher than the previous two. He's not as annoying as Bowser in the Fire Sea, because when he jumps back, it doesn't shake the entire foundation that you're standing on. But if he does jump back, it takes off a part of the stage, and you'll see what happens when it happens normally anyways. So, another thing that's different about this boss fight, in case you're not familiar, is the fact that you actually have to throw Bowser 3 times. He has to hit 3 different bombs. So, you gotta make sure you do that. So, you have to deal with the painful spinning throwing 3 times. The plus side is once you've hit him once, Bowser's a lot slower. So you can grab him for the second one relatively easier. And I'm terrible at timing throws. That is something that will absolutely never change. No matter how much I try to do it. I used to casually speedrun Super Mario 64 in 16 stars, and this would always fuck me up. Like, oh, there we go, there's an example. A piece of the pie has been taken out. And we're gonna die in the process, aren't we? I hope not. Mario, grab the fucking tail. Alrighty, so we're not gonna try and throw it to that. We'll throw it to that one instead. We're gonna take it a little easier, though. But yeah, I'm terrible at timing throws on this. And playing it this way doesn't help either because this controller sucks, and you need just a very small amount of input latency. Oh my god, I didn't go that way, but whatever you say, Mario. Alright, now we're just gonna casually toss him into that. Now if you throw him from like all the way across the screen, you can actually grab his tail before he starts doing the animation to drop the star pieces. And throw him, but I mean, the pieces are still gonna fall. That's just something that's scripted to happen, so. Let's go ahead and get this. Please get it. Oh, yes. It's really hard to tell because the hitboxes on those bombs are ridiculously weird. Yep. And he even mentions that you get all 120 stars of the game. Now that is pretty cool. So now you feel a sense of satisfaction, unlike anything else. And with that, Mario 64 is completed. Every single star in the game. And now we will fly off into victory. I always found the last cutscene and like the credits of this game to be really awesome, and I enjoy watching it. It's a very nice break after you've just beaten the game. And we did so good that the mote's been refilled automatically for us. Isn't that convenient? And there's your hint. You see that thing at the top of the screen? That only appears if... I'm pretty sure it only appears if you've beaten the game with 120 stars. That's supposed to be a hint. Because if you can't recognize it immediately, that's Yoshi. That would normally pique someone's curiosity as to why Yoshi's on top of the castle. Maybe there's a secret you have yet to find, and we will get to that after the credits. Don't worry, I'm gonna be on top of that. But first, let's just get through this.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you. Here we go! Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake. For Mario.
So in the end, you get a kiss on the nose, and they bake you a cake. For going through all this bullshit. Dying several times and facing life and death. So many times I've lost count. But it's okay, because you saved the princess. It's almost like you're obligated. I do also want to mention, you know how Peach was doing her dialogue? That's one of the other differences between the American version and the Japanese version of this game, is Peach doesn't have any actual, like, voice dialogue. She has dialogue, but it's text-based. There's no voice whatsoever. Just a minor addition. Alrighty, so now we get to go through the credits and listen to this fantastic music. All while getting to revisit all the areas we have been through. It's a really just refreshing way to end the game. I love it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've not said about this game yet. Other than if you haven't caught this, don't play this game on an emulator. It's not that great. Do go out and buy the N64 Virtual Console versions of this game, though, because the game is absolutely fantastic if you've never actually played it. One of my all-time favorites. Fantastic levels, fantastic atmosphere, a lot of variety. Despite my struggles, the controls are actually pretty decent for this game. Camera's a little janky, but it's a 90s game for the N64. What were you expecting? Early 3D. But there's just so much creativity in this game that I don't know. It's great even nowadays. I feel like I'm only saying this because I have some sort of personal bias attached to this. Because Mario 64 was the first video game I ever played and owned. I remember getting the N64 back in 1996, I think. Yeah, it was 1996. My dad bought an N64 with this game and Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Man, both are great games. Both are fun games. Shadows of the Empire not as memorable or great, but still fun. Now we have our voices. Charles Martinet. What a cool guy. This game is just... it's primitive, but it does such a good job with its primitive nature. It's a really unforgettable title. Going into other 3D Marios, I will say I think Super Mario Sunshine is a fantastic game, despite what other opinions might say, and I don't understand why people would say it isn't. Most people just say it's the pump. You know, there's Yoshi again, the like, flood, but I don't think Super Mario Sunshine is a bad game. I think it's a really well done game.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
There we are. And also Super Mario Galaxy is really visually impressive, but it's not my favorite of the games. Alrighty, so we're going to reset now. Just to show off the importance of Yoshi. Also, I have yet to play with Mario's face, which I fucking love doing. The emulator seems to have a little bit of trouble with it. That's amusing. I should open up a contest. Whoever makes the best Mario face wins, like, I don't know, a free handshake. Oh, there we go. Try beating that one. Alrighty. So now then, important stuff. 120 stars, yay. There's your proof that I actually beat the game. So we're gonna go over here. Now normally well, as soon as I get over this hill, normally, if you've been around here, you've noticed that there's this thing in here, but over top of it, there was a cage. That's not there anymore. That only happens when you beat the game with 120 stars. Oh, I have a freaking random ass Steam message. I apologize if you picked that up. This dude needs to stop talking to me. I'm playing video games, god damn it. I don't want to talk to people. But this cannon is conveniently here just to shoot you up here to the top of the castle. Which is something I've always wondered about when I was younger. It's like, how do you get up here? There's got to be something cool. And you see two things. Yoshi, 1-ups, and a hat. Also the end of the geometry on the castle, but that's not important. Let's talk to Yoshi. This, like, when you go to this spot, though, it just hits you with, like, oh my god, dude, Yoshi's talking, adventures and shit. Sure have. And you get a little note from the developers. Your reward is, yep, that's right, you're just getting non-stop 1-ups. But that's not all that you need to do, of course. There's one extra thing attached to this. And there goes Yoshi, who won't appear again until you come back up to here another time. So we also have the wing cap. So you can fly around here. It's not particularly useful, but it is fun. You just completed this grand skill. The last thing you want to do is anything serious. You just want to have fun. So, I'm going to do that. Yay. Well, there goes the adventure. So then, there is, however, one extra thing attached to this, and I'll show it off once I go back out here. Notice Mario when I do a triple jump. He does that. It's pretty cool. It's actually also pretty interesting because it also prevents you from taking landing damage when you do the third jump. I'll show it off real quick. It's totally useless, but it's still cool. Okay, no, Mario, no. I don't want to go back in there. I want to demonstrate things. Stop. I should also mention that it is technically possible to get to the top of the castle without the cannon. It's just really hard to do, and Yoshi's not there until you have 120 stars. So it's almost pointless. So let's go ahead and okay, maybe not. Let's go ahead and triple jump off here. Yep, see, you're safe. Alrighty, well, this concludes Super Mario 64 and my 120 star journey. I would like to give a personal thanks to anyone who's watched this playthrough. I hope it was enjoyable. And be ready, because, well, I'll be preparing my next playthrough and meet in due time. You'll find out what it is, don't worry. It'll happen. So thanks again, I'm Rektar, and as always, thank you for your time. See you then. Or see you later. Yeah, well, good way to end it.